welcome back to Newsday. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from all around the world are Arise News analysts Emmanuel Efeni and Dayo Shobowale. Mr. Emmanuel Efeni, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Cynthia, the Onisha lady who is so excited about the urban renewal Professor Soludo is carrying out
Soludo solution.
Your homestead.
Yeah.
Not to forget free babies. Free baby childbirth.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just interested in the urban renewal going on there. Well, we'll start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. Mr. Dayo.
Is that bread?
my very good friend Dayo. These ladies have a way of distracting my attention from my very good friend Dayo. So Dayo, good afternoon. Now we'll start the review with the story above the masthead, rail. Federal government secures $1.3 billion for completion of Kano, Katsina, Jebia, Maradi project. Yes, the rail project started by President Muhammadu Buhari that will take rail services from Kano all the way to Maradi in Niger Republic. Now, a loan of $1.3 billion have been secured for the completion. That's according to the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Ahmed Akali. And 85% of that funding will be coming from the China Construction Engineering Company, CCECC. They will be providing 85% of that amount. And of course, that project is based on the EPC plus F model: engineering, procurement, construction, and financing. So the bulk of the money coming from China for the completion of that project. Well, he's saying that, that is going to be a game changer. But perhaps that will suit the nerves of the Nigerians, of course, the government of Niger, that was so peeved by the way Nigeria handled, leading ECOWAS anyway, handled the coup incident where Nigeria had this total blockade and cutting off Niger from not only economic activities but power, which in fact there was an agreement. So Dayo, this rail line will become a reality with
look, I have some comments on it.
Yes.
The first is that the coup showed a different part of this. If the coup, or if the way the junta has cut off Nigeria from everything after the coup, this project will be very dead. That is one. Secondly, this project, you can see, is largely financed by the Chinese. The Chinese, they have what they call road belt initiative. They have excess cement and things like that. They are building airports,
seaports
all over the world, roads. So this is their own contribution in Nigeria. You know the part they are playing already in Lagos. You get me? Opening up Lagos, which is okay. But the Chinese, I tell you, don't give free lunch.
This is a loan.
It's a loan, yes?
It's a loan.
So you have to pay back. They will always, they have seen some airports in some countries.
Oh, yes.
You get me?
They've even
because
seen
when
the
there is loan default. So we should be wary.
Well,
although
Nigeria has the capacity to pay back over time.
Yes, and then generations before will be suffering for, for the expenditure of people like you at present now.
But this is a project that, if properly utilized, will pay itself.
It should pay itself. But you have enough debt as it is. Next, you see, I'm sure when we go to the next page now, you'll be condemning debts. But now you're applauding this one. And I wonder what is so important about this. See the route now. Kano, Katsina, Maradi, Niger State. Niger Republic. How we look at how our roads are internally. go from Benin, you know your area now. You know the death traps you call
Very
roads.
bad roads, yeah.
Please, let's look more inwards.
Well,
this
is
a commitment.
It's been awarded, it's been constructed, it has to be completed.
Yes, I always say so.
We shouldn't abandon, we are not going to abandon it. Despite the reservations initially.
Even in spite of the coup. These people, did they not see this before when they said they closed their borders with us?
No, who closed the border? It was Nigeria that closed the border. ECOWAS, leading ECOWAS.
That's right. And they opted out. But for the fact that ECOWAS has not been able to fulfill its mandate, this project would have been off the table. Okay. But it was speedily done after the coup. So I wish them the best of
So let's hope this will convince them to return to ECOWAS. What of the sweeteners you want to say?
Highly doubted. Highly doubted.
Yeah, because this is part of the benefits, the sub-regional cooperation.
You see, what is important about linking the road? I know the economy is stated, but we have more internal needs.
We question that when President Buhari embarked on this project. But now that it has been awarded, it's been constructed, we're not going to revoke it?
Anyway,
I think we also can't undermine the amount of business that takes place between the bordering communities from Nigeria and Niger Republic, as we saw.
These people have already bypassed us to Benin Republic.
But I think what the point you are making is that these could have been better deployed elsewhere in the country that would make more economic sense. But that's how government works.
That's our lot.
President Buhari has his kids and kin on the other side. So
you are the one saying that.
He has. I'm not. It's not that I'm saying that's the truth. He said his cousins on the other side of the border. Well, and not only him, a lot of families along the Nigerian political geographical border. Yeah. So let's look at the lead story. Tinubu meets Akpabio, Jibrin after Senate suspends Ningi over budget padding allegation. Jarigbe spokesperson disagree over alleged 500 million naira lages to lawmakers. Senate leader claims some senators planning to impeach Akpabio before June. Embattled senator resigns as Northern Senators Forum chair. Well, we saw it all yesterday.
And I enjoyed it.
Yes,
I really enjoyed the debate. And I like the way the Senate President handled everything.
Yeah?
Yes, like magistrate presiding over his court.
Well,
I handled it very well. I like it. And, I said sometimes that this senator should be called to order, and they have called him to order. I'm happy with the development.
But wasn't a debate though?
But he said he has a lot of documents. He came with a lot of documents.
But they said he has given them documents before, which they are studying. You get me now? Which he said he will get back to them. He said he went to BBC outside service.
Well, but beyond that, one of the key takeaways is that we must also scrutinize that budget, because they're talking of, look at this 500 million naira.
So you are still doubting the budget?
No, I'm not doubting. There are issues.
The senators are
double entry. They're talking about double entry and other things.
They have said he assaulted their integrity.
Yes,
and as far as they said there was nothing. Forget about the budget.
It would have been fair for all the issues to be debated transparently, for the exchange of ideas, because we just saw one or two interactions. Nobody went through the documents.
Which documents?
They both came with piles of documents.
You are still doubting the authenticity of this budget?
Nobody can make a judgment over something we haven't seen.
Who have not seen? You are the Senate.
Even some senators.
The Senate passed this.
They
passed this thing constitutionally.
Yes,
and then somebody decided to throw spanner in the works, and he was brought to order, and you are still doubting the authenticity.
For 3 months.
That's right.
Will he apologize?
That's his funeral.
Well,
that's his funeral. He's been suspended.
But his consultants are still working on fishing out some
the Senate
gray areas
tried to redeem its own integrity. That's all.
Have they done that?
Constitutionally, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But there are other things that came up, like the one that talked about 500 million. How much was that?
Well, the 500 million for ranking senators. Well, they're saying it's for constituency projects, right?
No, they are saying they are probing that. They are saying they are probing that. That's it.
Okay. Of course, the Guardian newspaper, 500 million naira award to ranking senators on settled expose National Assembly rot. That's how The Guardian is reporting the story. Now, if we just look at, of course, the Punch newspaper, ranking senators get 17 billion constituency votes, Ningi suspended.
That's the party.
Yes. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, 33 days to the 10th anniversary of Chibok girls kidnapped. Over 100 of those girls are still in kidnappers' den. Bandits, again, invade Kaduna community, abduct 61, just like that.
That's a figure that 2,000 something.
No, that's this different thing altogether. In seeming renewed focus on school children, women, soldiers stop them from taking more victims, resident. IGP deploys mobile police unit. Gumi offers to negotiate with terrorists. Again, timing of abductions pointed to motive. Afenifere worries over 40 trillion naira ransom demand. Again, this kidnapping is as if there's just ungoverned space.
That's what
country,
it is.
where these people can just come and take,
yes,
and take
an industry.
Yes, away at
Money is
will.
involved, banks are involved, police are involved. We should stop it. Government should stop this.
And I remember, Mr. Showale, I did ask Vimbai about, remember the aircraft that was commissioned, I believe, by the helicopters or whatever they were, that were commissioned by the Vice President, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't this a time to, put them to use? Is this not, shouldn't we see that happening in this case? It just doesn't look like enough is happening.
No, we just ask the question, what are the security agencies doing? Last week, they invaded.
Same Kaduna.
Took away 287. They came back again. But let's just look at the one foreign newspaper quickly. If we put up the Times of London, Times of London there. The Rwanda, yes.
The saga continues.
The Rwanda plan will offer migrants £3,000 to live. Yes, having failed in the first arrangement, a new plan by some ministers in the UK government is to get those who fail to get their asylum in UK, they will offer them £3,000 to voluntarily move to Rwanda. An agreement has been signed. Instead of those asylum seekers returning to their countries where they are facing persecution, they will just relocate, is it nicely, with £3,000 to Rwanda? Well, I don't know how.
Are you considering him, Mr. Efeni?
No, I'm cool. No, we don't have problem in my country. No, for the asylum seekers.
What the British are saying is that please keep away from us. That's it.
So thousands of asylum seekers.
I'm ready to pay you to keep away from us. That's it.
Yeah.
And Rwanda happens to be they are very keen in having these places in Rwanda.
Rwanda is landlocked, so it's benefiting from it. Hard currency.
We definitely have to investigate Rwanda's position in all of this. Unfortunately, our time is up for today. Mr. Dayo Shoboale, Mr. Emmanuel Efeni, thank you so much for taking us deep into today's biggest stories.